See, it's perfect that you're dressed the way you are because you're all knotted up, buttoned up,
knotted up. Yeah,
you're looking very corporate. And what franchise in Major League Baseball would you sort of equate to what you're looking like right now? And you know the answer, so don't feign ignorance here.
I'm trying to think. The Dodgers.
Okay. See,
all right,
okay.
All right. It's the guys in the Bronx. They can't grow facial hair.
And for the first time this year, the Yankees of New York will be playing the Red Sox. And my question to you, this is a fabled sports rivalry. Okay,
yeah,
two-part question.
Yeah.
Do the Mets have that type of rival, in your opinion?
I think the Yanks-Red Sox rivalry over the years has proven to be one of the best in sports. So at times the Mets have had flare-ups with the Phillies. They've had some tension with the Nats and the Braves. But, I think it's relevant. The fact is, at different times, we've dominated all of those teams. So they probably hate us all.
Right. I like what you did there.
They all hate us.
Although, going to Fulton County Stadium has been a house of, watch what I'm doing here, house of horrors.
Yeah, except for
for Los Mets.
Yeah, are they still playing in Fulton County Stadium? Wasn't that when Ted Turner owned the team?
I don't know these things. I still think about
Dale Murphy, Bob Horner,
and Shea, and Bob Horner. By the way, very underrated.
Kurt Bavacqua, maybe.
Look at you, Kurt Bavacqua. That's a great pull.
Yeah, I think he put in some time there. I'm trying to think of some of those Braves teams. By the way, there was a time when Major League Baseball teams all decided they needed those horrible powder blue uniforms. The Royals had them, the Braves had them, the Cubbies had them. There was a lot of powder out there. And last night I'm watching the Metsies on the West Coast playing the Pods. Pods breaking out the brown pinstripe. Talk about
strong.
It's very strong. It's in your face. It's saying, look, this is what we do. This is who we are. This is what the Padres wore. They wore, you wore your brown frock with the hood. If you were a Padre, it's what you wore. So
brown frock with a hood. And the Padres, by the way, and I know you know this because you are a student of baseball. That's the best team in the National League. That might be the top team in the bigs right now.
Look, they've committed $640 million to the right side of their diamond or the left side, depending on where you're looking at it. In Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado. I think that contract's going to be an absolute albatross, kind of like Giancarlo. In 2 more years. But look, let's talk about the market because it's been a fascinating week where suddenly there really is. You like how I just left you with that one and just kept moving. All right, let's talk about
that was strong.
So look, you have a case where we're going to go into the weekend after a weak payroll number today. Fed nowhere now in the picture. Who cares about inflation? Mega cap stocks are rallying and gold rallying, by the way. And it's interesting because I was thinking about rock songs either with gold in the name or bands with gold in the name. And then I came up with Andrew Gold. He, the author of Lonely Boy. Remember that horrible song from
Great
the 70s?
Song, 77. Oh, what a lonely boy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that
in the summer of 63, his mother bought him a sister.
Okay.
That one. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to look that up as you please continue to riff because I want to find out.
So where I'm riffing with this is it's interesting because gold has started to rally, and actually it rallied, it's now rallied 9% ago up from levels that had kind of fallen dead because it's very clear the Fed is not as much front-footed as we thought. What year did I say, by the way? You said 77, Andrew Gold,
Bang.
Lonely Boy.
1977. And the name of that's a tremendous pull, by the way. The name of the album was What's Wrong with This Picture?
Yeah.
So good. So good.
It's so bad all at the same time. I don't think Andrew Gold ever did anything else. In fact, he is probably in the top 10 one-hit wonders of the 70s, which was a decade that defined it.
So hold on. I'm going to throw, and I didn't know this. I'm not, so don't think that I just pulled this out of thin air.
So it's a two-hit wonder. What do you got?
I'm looking at the Google machine.
Yeah.
But thank you for being a friend.
Can
I
can
believe
you
was.
hum a few bars of that? I don't know that one.
Yeah, you can. Thank you for being. I mean, isn't that, or is that from a sitcom?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a John Sebastian song, or maybe it's the Welcome Back, Kotter theme song. I don't know. I'm not giving Andrew Gold 2 hits. I don't care
Listen,
what the
I
Google
don't know.
machine's
Okay,
doing.
no,
But
Lonely
I'm giving,
Boy though, tremendous.
yeah, 2 hits. I'd give you Golden Earring, Bullet Hit the Bone, and Radar
Which,
Love.
Radar Love is actually not a terrible song. When the bullet hits the bone is a song.
Well, you know what the problem with that song is? That was the first real big video on MTV, and they turned it. It was like an Indiana Jones movie. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. All right, so look, market's going up or down next week while we get out of here. What do you got?
Look, it's I try to bring up the bear case all the time, and you just get every once in a while it looks like I'm onto something, and then the next day we're making all-time highs. So you made the point about the payroll number. You're right. I mean, it came in a perfect number for the Fed watchers out there, because it was sort of middle of the road, not a great number. It gives them more air cover to do what they're doing. Yields went lower, as you mentioned, which is probably why gold is higher. And we'll see how it plays itself out next week. I don't know what the catalyst is to sort of derail this thing. And the reason why I don't, not knowing it is probably why it's sort of out there in the ether somewhere, because it's typically the thing you don't see coming. But the headwinds continue to mount up. Market doesn't seem to care.
Well, I think it's getting to me to be, again, one of those periods where at a minimum the market should care. I'm not saying run for the hills. I'm saying, like, we've rallied almost 5% off of those lows of intraday Wednesday 2+ weeks ago. We're south of 17 on the VIX. You've got a level of complacency. You'd actually worked off some of that complacency level. So, I think, I'm trying to think of a Skynyrd song, because they had an album also. I think it was called Gold and Platinum. It was a horrible, like, sellout greatest hits album, but I know you love Skynyrd. So, I mean, if I just Skynyrd this one, I'd say I know a little. I'd say I know a little, guy. And I'll tell you, I think we're pulling back next week.
I like what you did there. And I will tell you that Billy Powell, who was a roadie with Leonard Skynyrd, and the band heard him playing the piano, asked him to be part of the band. The piano solo on I Know a Little is unbelievable. It's just, you should just go back and listen to it.
So that guy's a real life Marky Mark. Like, in other words, he was basically picked out and became like a member, like kind of like that lead singer for Journey, who's like,
that's exactly right. I mean, you are a Skynyrd aficionado. Go back and sort of watch some of the documentaries. Many have been done on the great band Leonard Skynyrd. By the way, one of my top 5 bands of all time.
I know. See you at Muscle Shoals, guy. Later.